Hey folks, welcome back to Highway Blossoms. That's right, his favorite group. Just one? He was so excited when he got the tickets. Just one that I'm excited for. I'll watch a bunch though. Releasing a long sigh, Marina eases back into her seat. Oh good. I was afraid you were going to head on home after you saw your group. Are you crazy? I like to have at least a little fun before worrying about all the expenses I gotta deal with. Expenses? Damn it. It's nothing. She gasps. Are you in debt? Is it college loans? My brother said those aren't fun to deal with at all. Got too uncomfortable. Should have just kept my trap shut. Or did you just spend too much on your ticket? Without warning, I swerve off to the side of the road and onto the rocky sand, cutting Marina off and nearly giving her a heart attack. Marina shoots me a worried glance, her face still pale. Oh my god, what was that? Are you okay? I pinch the bridge of my nose and elbow. I pinch the bridge of my nose and my elbows on the wheel. There's a word missing there. Amber? I've been driving all day. I'm a little tired. Where are we? A little outside Albuquerque, so we aren't too far now. We'll sleep here tonight and drive to SHIPROCK first thing in the morning. Killing the ignition, I climb out of my seat into the living quarters. Marina snails behind me. I yank open the bathroom's Velcro-latched cupboards. Inside is a folded stack with a blanket, sheet, and pillow, and my old gym clothes from school. I scoop them up and toss them to Marina. She scrambles to catch it, desperately balancing them as they lean out of her arms. Sorry about the clothes. I don't have any actual pajamas. You can sleep on the couch. It folds out into a bed. Oh, okay. All right, then. See you in the morning. With that, I step into the back room and slam the sliding door before collapsing into the oversized bed. Even in the darkness, I can make out the pictures hanging on the wall. Once upon a time, there were generic scene pieces. Now they're photos. Photos of me and Gramps. Weird toothless grin. My favorite is the one of us in front of a museum for music. Rock and roll, to be specific. I was just a little pipsqueak back then, holding up an autographed vinyl sleeve that was about the size of my head. He was by my side, squatting down and ruffling my hair as I gave the biggest smile I could, even with my missing teeth. I let out a sigh and fixate on the ceiling skylight, the small sliver of the moonlit sky shining through, probably. Feels like an eternity since I've last laid down in this bed. I remember what it felt like being hugged by a cloud. Now it feels like concrete. I remember it felt like being hugged by a cloud. Now it feels like concrete. I probably, that's what it said. I don't know. Tiny creaks sound from the room next door, accompanied by Marina's little squeaks of determination as she struggles with the fold-out bed. Until finally I hear a loud thud. Ah! I can't help but smirk a little. Should have warned her that it was heavy. The room goes silent. I hope it didn't crush her. Luckily, I soon hear footsteps tiptoeing across the carpet, then on the bathroom tile, then stop outside my door. Hey, are you awake? Her voice is weak, barely above a whisper. It's almost impossible to hear as it's muffled through the door. I know I've said it a lot late already, but I really mean it. Thanks, Amber. Good night. I continue to stay silent. In the dark, the ceiling looks like it's constantly changing in size and dimension, sometimes getting bigger and farther away, other times getting closer and smaller. I look down through a crack under the door and I can hear her shadow. I'm very skilled. I can see her shadow turning around to leave. The words slip out of my mouth before she can even take her first step. Night, kiddo. Highway blossoms! We've established the stuff going forward! Yay! Whoop! Alright. Most people imagine Indian reservations as tucked away slices of heaven, maybe some pocketed oasis of vibrant greens and flowing water in what is otherwise a wasteland. Those people are wrong. The Navajo reservation is as sandy and barren as the rest of the desert, and at 22,475 miles, it is neither green nor fun-sized. Not that I hate it. The miles of faded highway road whooshes by, blending together with the sand that stretches out to far-off ridge of mountain. Like there's a rhythm to it all. Behind me, Marina is still stretched out on the fold-out bed, cuddling the pillow, a substitute for her blanket that's long since fallen off her bed. My old gym clothes are a little small for her, the shorts only reaching halfway down her thighs. But hey, I'm not complaining. See those sweet thighs. Soon, why do I need to get off the screen? Go away. Okay. Soon, I don't know if that is currently set to actually capture that sort of stuff, but here goes damn Steam messages. Soon we're rolling into the town, its jagged namesake peeking up over the horizon. SHIPROCK. The town itself is typical for this desert, nothing fancy like a high-rise, just a whole lot of plain shacks sitting on top of gravel. Painted worn browns and beiges. From behind me, there's a light, almost fluffy yawn. I wonder how that bundle of joy handles mornings. Morning. Oh, hey, you're finally awake. Uh-huh. She yawns again and thumps back against the bed. Guess she's not a morning person. There's still some coffee in the... Oh, wow, is that SHIPROCK? I take it back. Marina rushes behind me and grabs the back of the seats, her eyes sparkling. It's huge! I can't believe we can see it from so far away. On closer inspection, my clothes are way too tight for her, and my poor t-shirt is being stretched to its limit by her sick babs. Of course, this doesn't seem to bother her at all. I don't know if I'm more embarrassed for myself or for her. Well, we have to get moving now, so go get dressed or whatever. Oh, sure thing. She scampers off to the back, finally giving me room to breathe as I make my way to the driver's seat. Until I accidentally glance at the rearview mirror. In the middle of the motorhome, Marina slips out of her pajamas and into her regular clothes. Yeah. Jeez, the bathroom is right there. I adjust the mirror and try my hardest to stay focused on anything else I can look at. Fully dressed, Marina pops back beside me as she settles into the passenger seat. The desolate road continues until suddenly, as if out of nowhere, we're greeted by a line of cars, RVs, buses, and every other kind of vehicle under this blazing sun. All lumped together, stacked one on top of the other, side by side, and every single one blasting their horns. What the... Whoa, do you think this is because of the treasure? I grit my teeth and flop back into my seat. I can only pray that these are tourists, and I was the only one dumb enough to humor this scam. We're soon assimilated into the traffic jam. Slowly, the motorhome inches forward, but when we finally reach the front, a whole new monster awaits us. Laid out on the dirt, barely in the shadow of the looming mountain, is a giant cluster that can only be described as such. Campers, tents, tarps, booths, you name it. A chaotic horde of people crowd around the entire unorganized mess. I cringe at the very sight of it. I'm in hell. Marina pushes her face against the wind. Oh. Yawning in awe of the sheer insanity. I don't think I've ever seen this many people since the concert. Oh God, she's gonna break from the overstimulation. A choir of horns serenade us from behind. Groaning, I pull forward and squeeze the motorhome into the nearest available space, stuffed tightly between everything else. Backing out is gonna be a real pain. What are we waiting for? Let's go find that treasure. Marina sits up and nearly leaps out of the car. But I grab her wrist and pull her back into her seat. I'm gonna drink some water. I'm gonna drink some water. Out of my awesome Power Rangers thing. 'Cause Power Rangers is the best movie of 2017. Yeah. Just hold on a second. Her enthusiasm fades. Oh, that's right. You were only gonna drop me off and leave. Sorry, but I'm gonna stick around a bit longer. For real? She starts sniffling. You're so nice to me, Amber. I think I might cry. Hold it in. We've got to think of a game plan first. Okay. Marina returns to her usual happy-go-lucky self while I grimace at the chaos outside. If I suspend my disbelief and assume the treasure is real, where would we even start? We don't even have any equipment. I guess we may as well start by checking out the place. I'm the first to make my way out of this sea of people. My nose is filled with the smell of campfires and BO masked in suntan lotion. Smells like tourist, all right. Marina finishes her run around the motorhome and cuddles close to me, her eyes still wide with wonder, but far less gung-ho than before. The two of us make our way through the makeshift campground, following a guardrail that's been set up to separate the visitors from the rock. All the while, we pass different scenes starring all sorts of people, a news anchor elbowing nosy hecklers out of the way while she tries to report, men on top of motorhomes and lawn chairs, strumming away on guitars. Even vendors have set up shop here, selling overripened fruit from their booths. Marina's speechless, looking on in overwhelmed curiosity and hovering so close I keep tripping over her. I'm half expecting her to grab onto one of my belt loops. I'm surprised. I pegged her. I'm 12. I pegged her to be pretty good with crowds.
Please stay behind the guardrail.
They're all Muppets.
I repeat, please stay behind the guardrail.
A booming voice from over the crackling of a megaphone. Pushing through the crowd, we're shoved into part of the crowd that's mobbing by an opening in the guard. My nose is so damn itchy. Why? Does it always itch? It always itches in general because I have allergies like fucking crazy. But oh no, she's so cute. They're barred from advancing by a lone man standing on top of a folding chair and clutching his megaphone like a shotgun.
Stay behind the guardrail! Please be considerate of Navajo.
And I regret giving him that voice when he's actually saying something completely reasonable. What's going on? Not sure. I think the sun reflects off the truck behind it. I squint my eyes at the word printed on its side. Navajo Parks and Recreation. It's the man? The man? Never mind. The relentless crowd ignores him, ramming into each other as they fling whole dictionaries worth of profanity at him. This could get nasty.
Maybe they're moshing. People did that at the concert.
Just what the hell kind of concert did you go to anyway? Wait a second. In the back of the mosh, distant from the calamity, is a familiar sight. Blonde hair, intertwined and running through a dark red bandana. What's wrong? Remember that loud chick from the gas station?
A little. I was too busy with my slushie to really notice. Why?
I think we just found our first lead. My voice trails off and I start toward the girl, pushing my way through the crowd.
Hey, Amber, wait!
Putting on my person mask, I take a deep breath and place my hand on her shoulder. I take a breath and place my hand on her shoulder with a forced smile. For the last time, old man, I don't have any. Huh? She whips around, her eyes prepared for murder. but her features switch to standby mode as she realizes her mistake. Oh, sorry, but I didn't see you. Didn't I see you at the convenience store yesterday? Oh yeah, that, outside of Roswell, right? Yep, that was us. I'm Amber. The other girl is Marina. Marina waves and I extend my hand. The girl's eyes narrow, but she eventually shakes it with a surprisingly strong grip. Would it be that surprising? Would it be? She seems kind of aggressive. Mariah. Everyone here for the treasure? They'd be idiots if they weren't.
Hey, what do you know? You were right, Amber.
You say that like it's a good thing.
You guys here for the gold too? Not sure why else somebody would come out.
She looks over the scenery and wrinkles her nose.
To this place.
A ray of sunshine next to me is looking for the gold. I'm just the ride.
Step away from the guardrail. You're okay ahead.
Okay, ahead! I can't give boys serious voices. Or non-binary. Wiener dogs. Wiener dogs, hot dogs. He's a wiener. Choosing the wiener of the competition. Oh god, the horrors of doing mixed dog's voice will always follow me. The whore presses in, the yelling grows louder.
Bah. You aren't getting through, so I don't even know why.
A can of beer flies through the air and cracks him on the forehead, the liquid running down his face.
Oh, come on!
Navajo Parks and Recreation. They're trying to keep well-meaning treasure hunters from carving up the rock because of its religious significance.
Doesn't surprise me. This is a Four Corners state, so there's lots of stuff like that out here.
I think it's sweet that they're trying to protect big ol' Shippy.
Mariah stares at her as if questioning her entire existence.
But it's a rock. So? The pioneers used to ride these babies. It's only good for postcards and carving big monuments. Why is this such a big deal if people want to look for the treasure up there?
Well, it's not going to make much of a difference either way.
Why is that? You a non-believer?
Ah, fuck, it clicked out. No, I'm just not a sucker.
That's not very nice, Amber.
That's true. It's obvious that this is all just an elaborate scam and everyone got ripped off. Before I've even finished my sentence, a cocky, overgrown smile makes its way onto Mariah's face, oozing with snide confidence.
What if I told you I could prove the treasure is real?
I'd say you're full of it.
Does that mean the treasure is real? Like honest to goodness real?
Overwhelmed with excitement, Marina springs up and down, all while Mariah gives a smug nod. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
Oh, ye of little faith. I said I could prove it, didn't I?
And how exactly are you going to do that?
Come back to my base, full of highly trained, elite treasure hunters. Then I'll show you.
Oh, elite what now?
Highly trained, elite treasure hunters.
Right. Thanks, but no thanks. We'll pass.
What? But why?
Well, because...
You said we needed a game plan, right? This is the best chance we have right now.
The terrifying amount of determination emanates from her. A terrifying amount. Oh, my brain. From her as she forces an unwavering stare on me. Her gaze intensifies. I look down at my dusty shoes and finally give in. Jeez, if it'll make you that happy, I'll do it.
Yay!
She's really damn determined. Give her that much. I'm not sure I could have said no. This better be legit, you hear? I point to Mariah. I'm not in the mood to be jerked around today. Yeah, I'll keep my word.
Hey, stop it!
We looked back to the crowd. The guardrails have toppled over, and the crowd surged toward the man.
I'm warning you! Stay back! I have a megaphone!
The crowd circles in around the chair, and it topples over, the man crashing down with it.
We should probably scram.
Way ahead of you. Sleek and lavish, Maria's motorhome is like a mansion on wheels. Its chromy black paint is so fresh you can practically smell the primer. I gotta call that an episode. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope to catch you next time. See ya.